a joke from Maya. Home. Home is Yezua. Beyond the storm. Somewhere.
Hello and welcome to Session 26 of my Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire Lorethrough. We are currently on an island in the northeast part of the map. Well, almost close to, but it is the northeast part, but it's close to the center. And we are going to be exploring this collapsed coal mine in a little bit, but as usual, I want to read from the guidebook. We finished the Animancy section last time, so we are going to move on to a new section that seems really interesting. It's kind of a meaty section too, called Saints and Relics. So today we're just going to be reading the introduction to this section called Canonization and Enshrinement, and we'll be reading a captain's log from this section as well. So this section starts. Throughout Kith history, there have always existed figures who rose from modest beginnings to embody the will of the divine. Churches do not make a habit of legitimizing claims of divine agency in the actions of such people. The pressures of the faithful and devoted have caused more than one organization to relent and recognize the hand of the gods working through mortal servants. Expressions of the gods can also be found in shrines, which are most commonly established in cities, villages, and untamed wilderness, and even sites which shun the presence of civilized Kith. Pilgrims and travelers flow through these havens to offer prayer and take respite, often on their way to other destinations. Others occupy such sites permanently, taking refuge from all worldly concerns outside of their faith. Many of these dedicated locations boast artifacts attributed to the gods and their mortal servants, which serve as lightning rods to draw more of the faithful for inspiration and reflection. So interestingly, these saints here, they don't seem to be recognized by the official churches of Eora. Every once in a while, it seems like through pressure almost, like too many people who are requesting it, churches will relent and recognize a saint, but usually they are venerated more by the people of the world rather than by the churches themselves, which I think is especially interesting. We can see, I think, a lot of real-world influence on the world of Eora, meaning that the creators of the game took inspiration from our actual Earth and used that inspiration to create some of the histories, world, people, lore of the world. In Catholic Church, I don't know if saints are unique to the Catholic Church or not. I think they are, though. And in the Catholic Church, there are, I don't even know how many saints that the Church officially recognizes as saints. Whereas here, they seem to be, the developers of the game seem to have eschewed that tradition and said that the saints are more worshipped by particular Kith rather than the actual official churches. And we also have seen some of these shrines that section talks about out in the wilderness. I think every time we've seen one, we tried to honor the saint or god or whoever it's dedicated to. And I'm sure we will end up seeing more. So we've seen evidence of these Kith set-up shrines throughout the world so far, throughout the Deadfire. The next section I'm going to read is called Captain's Log, Sea Canker. I think maybe that is the name of the ship, and this is written by the captain. We found a boy amid the abandoned wreckage of the place, alone, crying, hungry. Had a strange look to him, but he was pleased enough to see even an outsider's face. I invited him aboard and fed him the best raw Italian meal I could cook up on short notice. He took a liking to the bowl of sliced apples on my desk. The stories he told troubled me. Of people who rejected him, blamed him for their poor farming habits, and every snapped bone. I comforted the boy, told him that my people had come to set the tribes aright. This seemed to please him, and he asked what he could do to help. I told him to sleep in my bunk for the night, with plans to introduce him to our canons in the morning. As he dozed off, I caught a whiff of something foul. The apples had all rotted to black, and worms broke through the skin. Strange child. The reason for his abandonment grows clear. Instead of training him to be yet another powder boy, I wonder if I could put him to better use. Huh. I wonder what's up with that kid. So apparently things die around him, so maybe he was somehow blessed by Bareth. This is in a Saints and Relics section. This probably has something to do with the influence of a god. My guess would be Bareth. Things are rotting. But who knows? That was an interesting little mystery there. Alright. So let's head on in to this collapsed coal mine. Right now, by the way, we are just trying to map out part of the Deadfire for Sansa and Nekataka. So that is why we are exploring these uninhabited islands so far. Also, I do want to say, I've been complaining in the past about the camera not following where my ship is going. I don't remember if I said this recently, but I feel like I noticed this little thing down here that says follow camera on. I've noticed it in the past and then almost immediately forgotten about it. So I'm an idiot. I did notice while I was recording that this was clicked off and I was complaining that it wasn't following me. So yeah, that was totally user error there. So I apologize if you were getting frustrated with me. It took me way too long to figure that out. Alright, heading into the collapsed coal mine. In the distance, you spy a mine set into the side of the hill, its entrance just barely peeking out from between the trees. Pick up to the mine. As you near the mine, a loud explosion rocks the ground. A flurry of terrified birds burst from nearby trees, and a massive cloud of dust rockets out of the cave mouth. Okay, so something bad happened at this mine here.
If I smoke?
We got some superb stuff, though. Okay.
We only needed the one barrel. One!
Maybe if you'd told me that before, we'd have a mine to go and loot.
You're the ass with the giant cannon. You should know how explosives work.
Friends, we have more than enough gunpowder to solve this problem.
Won't work.
Oh, now you know what to do with the black powder, sure.
Leave him be and grab a shovel, Achaia.
Take the shovel yourself. I'll keep the watch. Wasn't built for manual labor.
Don't you dare doze off like last time.
Every one of those NPCs had a name.
Darkness, take you!
I'm no help here.
And it would seem that they're responsible for that explosion that we heard and saw as we entered the mine. This is Achaia's arcane blaster. So this actually belonged to the person who was holding it here. I think maybe that's a first. Interesting. It is a legendary pistol. Legendary unique pistol. We're gonna have to equip that with somebody. Gives you minus 15% crit damage. It's veil piercing. It's legendary, so it does a lot more damage. Runestone Flint, basic attack, deals lesser raw damage, but it does grant imbued ammunition, which supercharges the arcane blaster's magic bullets, causing each shot to cause additional crush and corrode damage at the cost of reload speed. Additional enchantments can cause additional effects. So it seems like there is some serious drawbacks to this weapon, but they are kind of offset by the boons that the weapon has. The wizard Achaia treated this strange weapon. Achaia or Achaia? I think it's Achaia. The wizard Achaia created this strange weapon in the effort to combine the advantages of a firearm with those of a wand. While she was no gunsmith, Achaia reasoned that by simply pouring magical energies into the pistol's mechanisms, she could attain the desired result. She was successful in her efforts, and the resulting weapon exceeded her expectations. Who uses pistols? Does Bjarter? Let's see. He is proficient, so let's give it to Bjarter.
Of course.
Rest of it, I'll find stuff, so we'll just do that, and I will equip Bjarter with this gun here. Basic crossbow for quite a while now. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to that. Also equip a second pistol then. An exceptional pistol? For now, I'll just use that until we find something a little bit better. Twisted remains of the mine tracks glint deep into the darkness below. I'm going to also equip that.
I'd be glad to. Yes? That hit true.
So these don't blow up? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Hey. Watch out.
Like a wizard here, so we'll go after him first.
Yes.
Could be a fight.
That's for my friend.
Stand together!
I was a little worried that Bjarter would not gain focus if she was using those pistols, but he is, so...
Nothing I can do.
He's already doing that. Wonder if those people killed the miners here? Maybe we'll find something out about who these people were. Here. Sapphire and Tara. Amber, Garnet, Tara. Blister Bomb. Question Bomb grenade. Got a Ring of Regeneration. +1 health restored per 6 seconds. Exceptional Robe. Fine Quarterstaff.
Sure thing.
It would take a mining crew at least a month to clear this cave-in. Yep, he could use a ring. Oh, it's also unique. This simple wire ring is forged from living iron. It still contains a small well of healing soul energy. Okay.
This looks great on me.
These furs are rank with the smell of mildew and unwashed bodies. More bombs. And I think that's it. A second here, going to look for words in Yartur's native Orjoma language. Nothing here really fits. So let's call it a little bit tongue-in-cheek here, Miner's Rest. So let's see. You can find. Yeah, we're supposed to be mapping. Oh, so this isn't even one of those. Okay. Looking for islands around Tikawara. So while I'm here, I had an idea. We have a bunch of characters who are considered companions, but they're they don't have like quests that are attached to them or anything. That would be Constantine, Edwin, Mirka, and Reke. So I want to put them in my party. And even though they don't have quests, I just want to see if we can find things out about them by talking to them. So there's actually the 1, 2, 4. So there's actually the perfect amount right here to add them. And then we'll go back into that collapsed mine and just talk to some of these people and see if we can find a little bit out about them. I don't know if they'll have anything to say or if they'll have any insights or anything like that, but I had this idea and I kind of wanted to give it a try. I will not be leveling them up, so you don't have to watch that, at least. Oops. All right. Go in order here. Talking to Constantine.
What are we standing around for?
Nope.
How might I assist? Captain.
Edwin looks up from a book, her carmine eyes tightening on you.
Or should I call you the Watcher of Cadnua? I confess that title. Something of a mouthful.
People just call me Watcher.
Do they? I don't think I'd care for people always calling me Animancer.
She shakes her head.
No matter. I would hardly want to be like most people, now would I? Captain it is, then.
Her chin raises slightly as she peers through her spectacles.
When you took me aboard, you neglected to mention that you were in pursuit of a rampaging deity.
Always leave you back in Nekataka.
No, I think I'd rather you not. The Blue Colossus may be one of the defining events of the age. I count myself fortunate to bear witness to your investigation. Speaking of, let us return to it, yeah?
She bows slightly at the waist in farewell. And this is in Orjoma affirmative. So like us, Edwin is a pale elf. Alright, it's not much there. A little bit though. Then we have Mirka. This is, we found Constantine in the White Mare. I think he was a dancer there. We found Edwin at the Soul Spire or something. It's in the Sacred Stair of Nekataka. And she was among the Animancers there. Found Mirka at Fort Deadlight. She knew Seraphin. And then we found Reke floating in the ocean. I don't know if he'll have anything to say. He speaks a language that we don't understand, and he doesn't understand our language, so we'll have to see. But anyway, here's Mirka.
I? Damn me, the cop's run dry.
Nothing?
Here you are.
Oh, you picked up some common. He grins broadly.
Ask, please.
He gives you a slight nod and smiles. Oh, Adiran. You learned Adiran quickly.
Should it be a challenge?
He looks at you quizzically, head tilted to the side. Genuine amusement wrinkles in his brow.
Lipasalis, my home. It is a big city, ta?
He spreads his arm wide and grins. Lipasalis, Lipasalis.
Many people speak many languages. That is Nujin. Normal.
A sly smile pulls at. It's a typo. A sly smile pulls at the corner of his mouth. Whether he's being entirely serious isn't immediately clear. Alright, let's go down these questions here. How'd your ship sink? His eyes flit from yours and he hesitates. For a moment, unsure if this is a topic he wants to discuss. Then he takes a death breath, purses his lips, and meets your eyes again, this time with intent. Pretty sure that's another typo here. I think it should say deep breath.
There was a storm. Clouds black like night and high as the stars. We thought God would protect us.
His hands, usually restless and expressive, hang still at his sides. Where were you headed?
West.
He gestures vaguely toward the horizon, frowning.
No one has ever been west because of the storms, huh? But we were determined.
So apparently he comes from the other side of Bukaizo? What were you planning to do out here?
We came to teach.
He grins, his tense shoulders fall, relieved to no longer be discussing the shipwreck. Teach what exactly?
Teach about God.
He bounces back on his heels. So you're a missionary, like Shodi?
I do not know what missionary is, but okay.
His eyes take on a distant look, and he cracks his knuckles absently. Finally, he shrugs. One of the options here was to say, don't you mean gods? So, Reke, he and his people apparently do not worship the gods of Aora. They think there is one god. So let's see if he expounds on that a little bit.
I did not say I am a good teacher. You learn Seki. Maybe we talk more about God.
He laughs. Seki must be his language. You're going to teach in a place you've never been to people who don't speak your language?
I am a fast learner.
Yeah, apparently he is.
Do you think my Adiran is very bad? It cannot be as bad as Seraphin's. He opens his mouth and nonsense comes out.
Well said, Reke. Well said. Let's say this. You don't seem like a teacher.
Do I not? I jest. You are right. I am not a teacher. There was a sehaj. And then I was put on the ship. We can discuss, later.
I wonder if... to remember that. Maybe he'll have more to say later on down the line. I'm going to go back to teach what exactly and just see what he says when we say gods.
Teach about God.
I mean gods. It's plural.
No. Only God, huh? How to explain?
His eyes take on a distant look, and he cracks his knuckles absently. Finally, he shrugs.
I did not say I am a good teacher. You learn Seki. Maybe we talk more about God.
So he did mean just single god, but not going to expand on that anymore here. What did you do back home?
I did nothing. That is how I was put on that ship. Maybe a building went on fire. Maybe many buildings. But that is the past. The future is more interesting, huh?
He rubs at the back of his neck, an embarrassed flush coloring his ears. I wonder if that was an accident or if he's some kind of arsonist. That's enough for now?
As you say.
Tell me about your home. Where are you from?
The edge of your map.
He tries to stifle a playful grin and fails.
A joke from Maya. Home. Home is Yezua. Beyond the storm. Somewhere.
Yezua. What do you miss about your home?
A funny question. How to explain?
He scrunches up his nose, bunching his freckles.
I miss the wind. Hot and dry, it comes from the mountains. Shakes the doors, covers Lipasalis in dust. And the desert. It is beyond the mountains. Red and wide. I still smell it sometimes.
Quiets a moment, blinking rapidly, but when he looks at you next, he's smiling his usual carefree smile. Will you go back to Yezwa?
Is that possible? Oh, I will go now. Someday, Chizunskiku. But there is still much to see here, I think.
Tsunskiku. That means like, I hope, or if God wills, or something like that.
Are you far from your home, Watcher?
I mean, technically, yes, we are from the White that wins. I am, and I miss it.
We are homesick together, then.
It seems as if a heavy weight settles on his shoulder, but he gives you a thin, pained smile and shrugs his longing off with practiced ease. I wanted to ask you about something else.
As you say.
How do you like the Deadfire?
It is hot and wet. I hate it.
Looks about him for something to kick. Then, thinking better of it, he crosses his arm and grunts instead. How are you holding up?
My feet hurt.
What do you think about our traveling companions?
Who?
Whoa. Alright, let's go. Aloth.
Always he has a sour lemon face. Like an old man.
Okay. He is definitely an observant person. Adair?
Adair told me God stepped on your house. Your luck is maybe worse than mine.
A sly grin spreads across his face. Maya?
Her bird is mean. You see where he bit me? I like him.
He shows you a shallow triangle cut on his forearm and beams. I love how he asked him about Maya and he just talked about her bird. Palgina?
She reminds me of my old teacher. Do you think she would spar with me?
He puts a freckled knuckle to his lips, considering.
But maybe I have enough scars.
Seraphin?
Where did he learn Adiran? Not here, ta?
Takehu?
Takehu showed me rice wine. Ugh, it is terrible.
He screws his face into an expression of intense disgust.
You are out of rice wine, by the way.
Jody? I wonder if he thinks it's terrible then because he got really drunk on it.
She poked me with her weapon once. She apologized for a week.
Vex.
I poked her with mine, and now we are even.
The others?
Who?
Constantine.
He puts fire kelp in my soup when he thinks I am not looking. But there are peppers much spicier in Yezwa. I will get him back.
Edwin?
Creepy.
A little shiver thrills up his spine and he blanches. Back to the others?
Fine, yes.
That's everybody. Never mind. As you turn away, you feel a slight tug on your sleeve. When you look back, you find Reke watching you with one eyebrow raised and the start of a mischievous grin on his lips.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
We talk about the others. What do you think of me?
Though he smiles in his usual playful way, a dark flush of concern climbs his throat. You're fun. I'll say that. Sure. I like some of his answers. He seems witty.
Yukag? Take me home and I will show you fun.
He winks. That's all for now.
Liezuha Igechi.
He turns his hands palm up and gestures forward, sending you off. Liezua Igehi. So Yezua is part of that, so saying goodbye. Not sure how to translate that then. Oh well. Right. So not everybody, but we got some interesting discussion there. It's mostly from Reke, a little bit from Edwin. I hope I don't forget about that, because I would love to go and talk to him again and see if we could learn a little bit more about Yezwa. My morale is low. Why is my morale low? I don't know why. We are not out of rice wine. Alright, so where's Tiguara? So Tiguara is down here. This is where we need to be going. Let's head south. Not quite there yet. Actually, you know what I'll do? Let's make a... Okay. So I think these were the two that we have explored already. I wonder, maybe this one? Nope, already explored that one. Let's head south then. I believe is a DLC area. Coming after us. Birgist.
Stand together!
Oh, I can't use my summons. Oh well. Oh, let's just call some drakes. I'll do that. Or not, because I just died.
Still got it.
There we go.
Me and you are about to mix.
Jeez.
This thing isn't doing the job. Fire down. There's how I'll avenge you. Cannot whack him any harder. They'll fall by my hand.
Oof. A little more difficult than I was expecting it to be. I'm gonna share the coins with the crew. Something interesting here. Exceptional weapons. Black Isle Bastard's Logbook. Okay, so we got the Triumph of Fergus, which must mean that he is a bounty. We got his Black Isle Bastard's flag, so let's see. The personal triumph of Fergus, captain of the Heaving Harlot, leader of the Black Isle Bastards. The flag, maritime flags, declare ships' origin and allegiance and are used to distinguish friend from foe in the high seas. These are the colors of the infamous Black Isle Bastards. Having turned their backs on their family names, these bastards of noble houses sought recognition, fame, and riches in the Deadfire. However, they found only death at the hands of the Watcher. And we also got a logbook. Told the crew we was to call the Black Isle Bastards privateers now on account of us having a benefactor what funded our hull repairs, stocked our larder, and filled our coffers. All she wanted were written logs showed our work, so here goes. Captain Fergus of the Black Isle Bastards. Jarek, Deering Peasant, pissed himself when I pressed my cutlass into his neck. Ms. Lair, 31st of his name. Not so high and mighty anymore. Corpse, 3. Corpse with exactly 333 odd coins on him. Swear I've seen him before. Was a written log that... so their work is killing people, it appears. Godlike, looked like a lionfish. Dove into the waves, lost. Thark, spider-headed, bristling with guns. Is that a Bithrock with guns? Abita, ransom, no takers, sold to Crookspur. Andrew Warg, Animancer. This is 7. Andrew Warg, Animancer, tossed overboard with his device. 8. Gambling monk, stole his dice, his winnings, his life. 9. Andresi Nunez, dark was he. Shining armor, didn't stop a cannonball. 10. Man with a sack of wooden rats and a jar of ashes, got rid of him quick. 11. Lightfoot, keelhauled, might have poisoned our rum. 12. Another floater. Had a note pinned to his forehead. Parabor, someone got to him first. 13. Mad Dwarf ran off a pier before we could kill him. Shame, really? 14. Lord Seaman of the March, died penniless. No manner? 15. Captain Marzagal, ransom to the Black Birgo's crew. Owe him a favor. 16. Aranija. Called himself an emperor. I called him chum. 17. Scain-like cult worshipping a godlike infant. Huh. Left the infant on Mage. Wonder if it was a Skein godlike then. Orlin with big teeth. Shaved him for calling me a coward. Tied him to the mast. 19. Lilia, laden with jewels. Sunk. 20. Babbling fellow with an odd trinket. Got away. Good riddance. 21. Blue Orlin, black beard. Ransom paid. 22. Flavia Veris. Marooned by request. Flavia. Name sounds familiar. 23. Wizard in purple robes. Ugh. 24. Lady catching gulls with a trouser leg. She ate 3 before we could stop her. 25. Bavarian. Fed him to a passing kraken. 26. Maester Levatus. Took his fine scalpels as a prize. 27. Scholar with a pet cactus. Plant's been growing larger since I fed it a poisoned rum. New fish in the sea, the Defiant. Captain Biarter. Not long for the Deadfire. The log cuts off prematurely. The rest of the page are marred by powder burns. That would be because we killed him. We also have Kapana Taga, which is a unique one-handed club. Looks like it has something attached to it as well. +5 accuracy, it's superb. It's a razor-bladed bludgeon. So deals best of crush or slash damage. So yeah, because it's got these things on here, it also deals slash damage. Staggering Force, 10% chance of days on hit. Champion's Implement, 3% melee damage for each engaged target plus 1 enemies engaged. This might be good for not Bjartur. Adair, actually. You pried this obsidian club from the hands of the captain of the fearsome Black Isle bastards. How a band of loathsome pirates came about such an ancient weapon is unknown, though they were surely attracted to its gleaming surface of volcanic glass. Buccaneers are often drawn to shiny objects. Long before the people of the Deadfire had access to advanced metalworking, weapons and tools were often made of obsidian, which can be knapped to razor sharpness. Many Aomao warriors wielded obsidian clubs similar to this, which require considerable strength to swing with any accuracy. If the markings etched into the weapon are any indication, this bludgeon was the personal weapon of a grand champion. The glyphs tell of glorious battles against numerous foes. So an ancient weapon, huh? Okay. And I think that's all of the things to read. Yep, take all and continue. Ooh. Okay, so next thing we need to do is kill 10 enemies with empowered attacks. So we have to remember to empower Maya's attacks. Okay, upon a swampy island, found a crypt infested with hostile vessels. East of Tikwara, I found an Gwithin ruin dedicated to the goddess Woodaka. This is Tikwara. That's the temple to Woodaka. That's the catacomb. Is this? Let's see. I'm gonna rest first. I think this is DLC, but yeah. This is Hall of the Unseen. Okay, so I don't want to go here yet. I was wondering if this was the other unexplored island. I feel like there's another one somewhere that we haven't seen.
It was on a cold and stormy night. The snow was on the ground. A sailor boy stood on the sea. His ship was outward bound. His sweetheart standing by his side had many a sigh.
It's this one?
And as he pressed her to his heart, he whispered in her ear, "Farewell, farewell, my own true love, this parting."
Knock at your cabin door interrupts your reading. Oswald stands outside looking like someone who's just lost a bet. Captain, you best come topside. There's a ship on the horizon. Looks derelict. Oswald leads you to the forecastle, where a small gaggle of hands have gathered. Applying a holy symbol, Eld Engram points toward the port. It's a bad omen, Captain. You should give them over to the Lady of Lament, or there'll be trouble, mark my words. Jody red-handed chuckles. You didn't even know if they're dead, much less what fills their holds, and you want to sink them? The ship in question lists upon the waves. Its sails pulled in. Topping the mast is a green flag, the symbol of a ship carrying disease. You see no movement on its deck. Use spyglass. You pull out your spyglass and examine the derelict. Nothing moves above deck, and you spot a corpse sprawled out in the forecastle. A few more seconds' examination reveals another further aft. Beneath the plague signal, you see a flag depicting a lit candle in an open doorway. Your thoughts, Carragher? No one signaled. Anyone on that ship is likely beyond help. Carragher frowns. That ship is a hazard, Captain, and not just any who come across it. Not to tell you business, but I'd advise sinking it before someone gets it in their head to board it. Prepare the cannons. Send it to the ocean's floor. Eld Ingram chants an Andrite dirge while the cannoneers ready the guns. As their song rises in volume, Aston Min fires a volley that hits the derelict right at the waterline. After the ship has vanished into the depths, the crew return to their duties with quiet conviviality. Gained morale, lost ammunition, gained some experience. Okay. Making our way for the Splintered Reef here. We have a pickled eel, a boathouse, a sea last crypt, and a glowing outcrop. Sure. You encounter a veil of thick fog. A series of flimsy docks connect scattered stretches of dry land. On all sides you are flanked by the husks of splintered wrecked ships. A thick fog sits upon the water, obscuring the path in all directions. The only sounds you hear are lapping of water and your own footsteps upon the narrow, rotting planks. The eerie quiet is broken by the barking of a dog somewhere off to your left. Keep silent as you approach. Press onward, wordlessly. Suddenly, a hair-raising growl rumbles out from the fog, only a few paces ahead of you. Your whistle is met with a renewed barking, and then a sharp whine, abrupt and shrill. After several moments of silence, you hear a running tread upon the docks. A dog bounds from the fog, its dark fur matted with blood. Two figures stumble after the hound, their maws stained red. Out of the fog, they are revealed for what they are: withered, rotting, human only in silhouette. Darghouls. They halt, swaying at the sight of you, but make no further move. From the darkness of the fog, a third, robed figure emerges. A twisted staff raises high in their hands. A flash of light emerges from the staff. As you look on, runes seared into the Darghouls' foreheads flare to life, glimmering like beacons in the darkness. So this wizard here seems to be somehow controlling the Darghouls. Snarling, the Darghouls rush for you, their blood-slick claws slicing at the air. So let's see what we got here. We got a vampire. Oh, so it's not... There's a vampire that's controlling them. A Darghoul, swashbuckler, marksman, swashbuckler, and a gravehound. Let's head after the vampire first. Oh my god.
Another withers on the vine. Breath to leak now. All things come to an end. Even me.
Stay with us. Too slow. As you wish. Work's cut out for us now.
Hey,
I'm feeling the strain.
Okay. Let's get everyone else first. That was a mistake. We should have gone after everyone else first. Yeah.
Good times.
on your feet, Adair.
I'll make it.
Alright.
Hey.
Let's approach that fight a little differently the next time. Is Adair gonna get back up? No. let's go after everyone else first. If this doesn't work, then we'll do some summons next time.
That's it!
My lantern flickers.
Very well. Damn it! Right on time.
Shodi's already down. Damn.
I'm stuck.
I thought I turned off edge scrolling.
I'm all right. Take that. Lie us down. Hey, we had some good times. I'll kill the bastards!
Didn't go well either.
I need some help here.
Alright, we'll try one more time with some summons. Maybe we just need to come back here though. We'll try one more time.
Yeah! Stand together!
God.
No can do. Feels like waiting. No, see,
There's a one! That's me you're hitting!
for the wrong and new.
Do the Phantom first? Let's do the Phantom first.
Stand together!
Hogwash!
Yeah!
Not sure how I feel about this.
Darkness flows, and the light wanes.
I'll naked us both!
Might be a hint that we need to come back here later, though. But we did it. Got a bunch of superb stuff. Yeah. Okay. Vampire quarterstaff. Herb robe. Good. Fang and Bessibone. Baloth. Armor's only fine. I'll have to make it exceptional. So I'll keep him there, but I'll give him these superb robes. Okay. Scepter and okay.
As you wish.
Trying to go for the boathouse. Ring of minor protection, golden skillings.
Smells like a pig pen. If all the hogs were dead.
Each blade is pitted through with rust. Rainwater has gathered in these jugs, and these in turn fill the ship with their briny odor. These cuirasses have been picked over for parts. The pages nearby are covered in scrolled designs.
Of course.
For a helm. We've got a lonely dog here. Nikki. Who? 5% of incoming hits converted to grazes. Huh, okay. Head out to the pickled eel. Skeleton?
I do hope we're not on the menu.
There is a lot of blood on the ground here. Yeah, but we have skeletons. They are not hostile. And cool. So a bunch of vessels just kind of chilling. Hiss.
Just arrived. I'll wager you've...
Don't remember rightly how to play this thing, says the ghoul. Onyx and silver fennings.
You there! Are you up here?
Up at the balcony, a tall and lanky figure waits frantically for your attention. That done, he ducks down again behind the railing. It is not an effective hiding place. Okay.
Drink, sir?
The man at the bar goes about his business in merry defiance of the fact that he appears to be semi-decomposed. Behind him, a dwarf hangs upside down over a barrel. Blood streams down into the bucket from a wound in his wrist. From time to time, the dwarf twitches feebly.
Ain't got much on the menu, truth be told, but an ale ought to hold you over until Zolka and her people turn up with supplies. Then you can enjoy the catch of the day.
Zelka?
Here, newcomer. First drinks on the house.
He pours from a nearby pitcher, filling a goblet with an unmistakable red liquid, thick and dark. The coppery odor hits your nostrils with force. The barkeeper slides the goblet across the bar towards you. Are you mad? I'm not drinking blood.
What? How dare you? My ale's the best in the Deadfire.
The barkeeper snatches back the goblet, fixing a scowl on you that's all the more horrific for its grisly aspect. Copperhead up here.
Indeed.
River Reed and lockpicks. Let's talk to Copperhead last. Interestingly, this is not stealing these things here. Kith meat. Seems to be clothing, some currency.
Looks like we have someone new in town. Well, hello there, there.
The woman greets you with a cheery smile, the effect of which is marred somewhat by her only having half a face. She scrubs, unperturbed, at some glasses.
Guessing you just came in.
As she speaks, you notice a strange mark upon her forehead. A kind of symbol, or rune. It's what we saw in the people who attacked us. The vampire there was controlling them with these runes. Yes, I've just arrived.
Always happy to see new faces. We're a long ways from everywhere, and not many folk are so keen to risk the voyage. You're just in time for the harvest.
I can see the rune here, too. Is that like a wallite symbol with the eye? I don't know. Maybe it's just generic.
Help yourself to some ale while you're waiting. Zuka ought to be here soon with the day's catch.
So we keep hearing mentions of Zuka. It's found Bonnie, a cat. Same thing as last one. 5% of incoming hits converted to graces. I think that's everybody, so let's go talk to Copperhead up here.
Good, good. I thought for sure you'd wander off. Get yourself into trouble.
The man before you, or creature perhaps, as his skin is grayed and weathered as that of the other patrons, wears a helmet 2 sizes too large for him. It tips from side to side as his head moves.
I'm Copperhead. That's what they call me. Friendly nicknames. You know how it is. Oh, yeah. I know you're different from the others. I can see it.
I'm using my perception to say, what are those strange runes? Everyone in here seems to have one.
Oh, right. Have a look.
He tips the helmet back, just far enough for you to start to see the outline of a rune upon his forehead.
Not you, eh? You stick out like a cat in a kennel.
He simpers nervously, eyes darting left and right.
It's not safe here. Not where everyone's looking, listening. I have a house, out on the outskirts. They don't mind me keeping to myself. We can talk there.
Very well. I'll meet you there.
Look out for the ones in charge. Them with the staffs. They spy you, things will get bad in a hurry. Zulka, especially she. I have to go.
So Zulka, maybe another vampire? Is this her? A woman strides into the tavern, bearing a staff whose ornamental head glows with arcane energy. She strikes the staff upon the ground, once, and the tavern fills with eerie light as the runes carved upon each vessel's forehead begin to glow. Zulka mutters something under her breath, and a faint aura ripples around the 2 bound kith standing behind her. That done, she makes a sweeping gesture of the arm, with all the showmanship of a theater performer.
Menzago has brought you a feast, my friends. Livestock and game. Tonight, we eat well.
Everyone in the tavern cheers as the kith are carted back into the back room.
Copperhead, you are not staying for the celebration?
Copperhead freezes mid-slink, grinning insipidly.
Not today, Zulka. I've had my fill, really. Another mouthful and I'll split down the seams.
He bobs his head in a feeble bow, then scuttles away. Zulka's attention drifts back toward the crowd.
Be careful. Could be trouble.
Whoa. I didn't even see this before. A person, looks like an Orlin, hanging here. Oh, 2 of them. I don't know what this other one is, either a Mauer or, Folk. Okay, so Zulka is wandering around down here. I would love to be able to get out without her seeing us, but I don't know if that's going to happen. These captives here must be the food that she was talking about.
Ready to...
Uh-oh. The vampire's gaze falls upon you, and for an instant it seems she will overlook your presence. And then her eyes narrow, and she raises her staff with a great violent motion.
Look here. Someone a little too eager to climb into the stew pot.
All around you, lights flare above the furrowed brows of the gathered vessels. The tavern patrons slump into feral postures, their eyes blank and insensate, their jaws gnashing. At once, they lunge toward you. Great.
Right between you. That dog won't hunt. All things must.
Oh, that's Zulka. I don't want to get her yet. Damn it.
Man, stand together. Even me.
I don't want Shodi to die. I don't know if it's a foregone conclusion at this point, though. Let's see if I can. So Zulka's in stasis, so let's kill everyone else.
Still got it.
Very well.
Okay, now she's back. That was extremely useful. I have to remember that. Putting the powerful one in stasis so that we can cut out the chaff. I think that's just a phantom there.
Stand together!
Confound it!
Hopefully that means when Zulka goes down, the others will.
I wish I could land the strain.
Give me a hand here.
Okay. Not pretty, but we got it. Actually, only Shodi went down. That was a good fight, and I found a new useful spell with the that stasis. I feel bad about killing, well, re-killing all of them. Maybe I don't. Oh, crap. Did we get anything? Zulka didn't have anything? I guess not. Or maybe she's over here? Nope.
At once.
Can I save them? I just have to leave them up here? The captive's mouth is gagged with a tight bandana. A loop of iron is bolted around her neck, with a glowing emblem wrought into the metal at the join. She struggles to speak to you, but manages only a muffled, garbled yell. Examine the iron collar more closely. You can't make sense of the symbol, much less whatever spellcraft might be at work. I needed better arcana for that. Remove her gag. The woman takes a few gasping breaths for air, but before lowering her voice to a conspiratorial whisper.
What in blazes is going on? Have you seen those monsters?
There was this Dargul, Copperhead. He might know more about what's going on.
Funny name or no, I wouldn't trust that creature with anything but the end of a sword. We were sailing under Lothar, captain of the Antelope, and making good time. A clear sky and a good wind until, out of nowhere, this fog bank rolled in. Then, a great hulk came gliding through the water towards us, nearly stove us there and then. The floating hangman. I got hit so hard it surprised me to wake up again. But the next thing I knew, those things were carting me and Kasungo down the road.
So was the floating hangman attacking ships and bringing the living here to be eaten?
Daimo here started hollering, and they all but cracked his skull in two. I have to get him back to Fort Deadlight. You've gotten past them. Help us do the same.
The way is clear. You can go.
Our gratitude, stranger. Come by Fort Deadlight sometime, and we'll give you a grand welcome. Though, mayhaps we'll follow your ship a while. Wouldn't do to get caught again.
Okay. Still gotta leave these people hanging right where they are, though. So, I don't know if I want to do this entire questline just yet. There's been difficult fights, so I think maybe it'd be a good idea to come back here later, but let's go see what, I think, Copperhead? What's his name? Let's see what he has to say first.
Ah, good, you're here. Over here. Over here. Mind your step. I've collected things. Spent years collecting.
Waves a hand vaguely at the collection of detritus that lines each surface and corner of his makeshift abode.
I've always been curious. There are so many ships out there on the reef. I could dive down, see what I found. It was beautiful down there. 100 stories, and I read them piece by piece. Nothing like the helmet. And nothing's been the same since the helmet. I put it on. I get glimpses of what this place really is.
Leans forward, looking left and right with conspiratorial glee. So he's got a helmet that allows him to kind of not be subservient to those runes that everybody else was subservient to.
A ship's graveyard, teeming with the dead. The not dead. They're still alive.
No, I can see through the illusion just fine.
Yeah, well, the dream only works on folk what have this symbol on their heads. I didn't see it till I got the helmet on. And all of us, dead, or something like it, feeding off the living to stay alive a little longer.
Why would anyone go through all that trouble to keep a town full of dead people trapped in an illusion?
I can't see as to what we've been charmed for, but I know it's got something to do with the crypt. That's where Mentzago is, the man in charge of this place, and where Lucia Ravan's old keep used to be.
Lucia Ravan is the captain of the Floating Hangman.
Anytime new settlers turn up, they come out of that place. When they start to lose their senses, get too hungry, that's when they get taken. The strongest get fed to Mentzago's most loyal servants, the protectors. The rest of the kith, they bleed slow in the tavern. Once in a while, the protectors treat us to a whole body. Point is, whatever they're doing to keep us living in this little fantasy, it's got to be in there somewhere.
Same Ravan that captains the Floating Hangman.
I don't know the ship, but Ravan's supposed to be some great captain. She founded this place, made it what it is now.
Living a fantasy has got to be better than finding out you're a rotting corpse.
What? And play out the rest of our lives in someone else's demented little story? They're the truth in a silly little dream. At least it's our truth.
Right, I'll have a look at the crypt.
Hold on, you can't just walk on in. It's guarded. Really, really well guarded.
You have any ideas?
Guards don't really leave their posts, unless the hunters are back with fresh meat. But them got a schedule. They come and go as they please.
Maybe you can create a diversion?
Me? Yeah, alright. I can do that. I can help. I'll meet you out there.
So, this quest... is the Splintered Reef. It says that we should be able to do this at our level. Still, though, I think I'm gonna come back and do this later. Hold off on this for now. Splintered Reef, and this is Harbinger's Watch. Get down there. Oh, this is where the Remergond East of Winter DLC is. Okay. Gonna go there quite yet. I think I want to finish the main game first, and then we'll head to the DLCs. And I think I want to do the Forgotten Sanctum DLCs first, since I know that there is a set of books there that will be interesting to read. Or if this is the last island here. Come back there. I just want to finish mapping this out over here. You hear two crew members arguing on the deck. An argument from the deck pulls your attention away from the gentle rocking of the ship and the smooth expanse of blue on the horizon. Half of those fish were floating belly up, cries Rumdummergare. Better we threw out the whole catch than end up with a rot-bellied crew. They looked alive enough when we hauled them out, Oswald retorts, gesturing violently at the pile of the fish on the deck. Fish die when you pull them out of the water. That's what fish do. I'm going to check the fish for signs of disease. See if Maya can do it. Success. Several of the fish displayed discolored scales and bloated bellies, clear signs of disease. It's possible their meat could sicken the crew. Disease? Rumdummergare asks Oswald, scowling. You're trying to give us all the squatting splatters. Fish go back in the sea. I won't risk the crew's health. The wisest course, Captain. Rumdummergare nods happily. The two hands dump the barrel overboard, returning the fish to the sea. We have had that one before, I think. Although, I don't know if we were able to pass that check because we didn't have Maya. Yes. Tahika fishing pools. Stand in the forecastle, gazing out at clear skies and gentle seas. The chattering of your crew darkens, adopting an ominous tone. Gathered at the starboard railing, they peer out at the sea. By the gods, Arena mutters. The surface of the sea swells. An enormous, glowing shape is surfacing. Identify it. Go with Adair? Adair watches the growing glow. The resplendent phantom, big glowing whale. Good eating, or so they say. Long, pale creature breaks the surface of the water. Its skin is translucent and freckled with phosphorescence, and you can make out the ghostly outlines of luminous organs beneath it. The creature rolls slowly, staring back at you with a glowing blue eye. The nerve behind it is still thick as a halyard. Naya smiles. This one is young still. Reach out to the beast's mind. You open yourself to the creature's thoughts, and feel the potent pulse of a soul tingling at the edge of your own consciousness. It feels particularly intricate, its mind almost as complex as a kith's. We'll let the creature pass in peace. Might be some of my real-world instincts coming into play here with the overhunting of whales, but I know I don't think it's as much of a taboo subject in the Deadfire, but still, I don't want to just kill a creature that seems peaceful, almost as complex as a kith, and is just kind of minding its own business. Oswald sighs as the crew members resume their duties. You sail on. Adair nods in agreement. We lost some morale there, but that's okay. Yet the magnificent creature continues alongside your ship for many hours. A low, mournful music rises from the light percussion of the waves, and a gentle peace envelops your crew. When night falls, the beast is beside you still, a comforting light in the darkness. By morning it is gone, but the sense of calm it brought remains. Some experience and 1 sailor experience. That was much better than killing a whale.
Spice from wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a drop of good spice from wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a drop of good spice from wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll go. Paris wheel along, we'll go. Paris wheel along, we'll roll. Paris wheel along, and we'll all hang on behind. And a bowl of harness stew wouldn't do us any harm. And a bowl of harness stew wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll
Just missed that storm. Hope you appreciate my pausing commentary while the sea shanties are on. Upon an abandoned sloop run aground on the beach, the nearby coral and volcanic rocks may have smashed its hull into kindling. There might still be something salvageable in the hold. Found Lord Darren's Bulge. Okay. Wow, this is a soul-bound weapon. It binds with Barbarian, Druid, and Fighter. Maybe we'll give this to Kehu when we have him again. Plus 30% damage. Oh, this is because it's exceptional. And then Bolting Strikes, 10% chance to hit with the weapon to activate Lightning Strikes. Right, so I might not ever finish this one, so I will at least read the beginning of this soul-bound weapon. Hopefully I remember to equip it to Kehu. Actually... This is a Volt. What type of weapon is this? Maybe I'll give it to Adair. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Adair. Continue searching. Found some rice. Fire kelp. And that's it. Let's see. It's a cool looking weapon, definitely. Find it. Oh, it's a poleaxe. I don't know if he's proficient, but it doesn't really matter as much in this game. And I haven't really been using the moves that you can use while proficient. I've been thinking about that too. I mean, the moves that you can use while proficient are usually have something powerful attached to them, but they also have something that makes it not quite as good. I feel like if you're proficient, then it should just be a boon. It could be a slight boon, but just a boon, not any drawbacks. But whatever, I didn't make this game, so let's equip that with him, and hopefully you can see it grow as time goes on. Some ale. Oh, so maybe this is not the last. Oh. I'm going to take a little rest here so we don't have to go out into that storm. Plus, Jody's hurting, so. Oh, it's still there? To avoid it. Okay, I am a little confused. Where this third island is. It says it looks like a triangle around Gawara. My only guess is, unless maybe I haven't gone into these areas yet. Subterranean Temple, I believe, is the Walleye Temple. Yes, I have already named that. And then this one, Gingerino's Vessel, I have named that one. Hello, Gingerino. And this one is already explored. Maybe it's one of these here. I don't think it would be this. Let's just head. Oop. Oh. So careful about it. Clouds darken in the distance, piling one atop the next as if battle for superiority. A vision-searing thread of lightning forks between sea and sky, following almost immediately by a rib-rattling crash of thunder. Naya swallows. God's alive, Captain. Did you offend Andra herself? That's not a manifestation of her fury. I don't know what is. The boatswain casts an eye across the deck. You shouldn't try to wait out a storm like that. A big wave is too likely to roll the whole damn ship and drown us all. Our best hope is to outrun it. The crew looks to you. Your orders? Assign crew duties. The crew looks to you for guidance. Bale, take this line and lash yourselves with a reel. Don't want you going overboard. That's a rope and grappling hook. With a grimace, Beedle accepts the rope and begins looping it through spokes of a wheel in his own belt. And deckhand duties. Reef the sails. So let's do that. Let's reef the sails, because they said we should try to outrun it. And then finally I'll hand out the last of the cooked food and put out any fires in the galley. Arena salutes. Understood, Captain. The crew will be glad to have a warm meal before we dive into this mess. I'll gain 3. That's enough for now. Return for the crew. Ask a companion's aid. Aya, can you and Yashiza help scout the extent of this storm? You know what to do, stink feathers. Maya launches the bird off her arm. Yashiza spreads his wings and lets the winds carry him higher until he's a distant red-blue speck. Shielding her eyes, Maya watches the flight patterns carefully. Captain, this one's brewing to get ugly. Take us a week to break free from it. Damn. Yashiza lands on Maya's arm and pecks her cheek affectionately. We're as prepared as we're going to get. Take us in. The clouds sweep over you, dominating the sky and hemming the sea beneath a roiling gray dome. The rain drums against the deck. Sweat beads on Beidle's brow as the storm looms ever closer. Can't outrun this one, Cap. The wind calms, but rain pours from the sky as if Aston Mean had come to rest beneath a waterfall. Rainwater sloshes across the deck and under the rails. Okay, so let's see. Lying a hull. Its most passive tactic against the storm. It leaves the ship drifting at the mercy of the sea. Holding course. Remains at stations and attempt to sail as normal. Heaving to, sail and rudders are lashed into place, set to balance one another out, and the crew goes below decks. This protects the crew and helps the ship make good time, but puts the mast and sails at risk. And then flying bear poles. The sails are struck, and the crew goes below decks, save for the helmsman, who remains at the wheel. The ship relies on the wind against the masts for propulsion, often achieving great speed. This protects the crew and sails, but can be dangerous to the hull, and risks the helmsman. Let's heave to. We lash everything into place and go below deck and kind of hope. Naya shouts orders at the hands as you knot the ropes around the ship's wheel. When the ship is set to sail as best it can without a guiding hand, you join the others below decks. Guided only by the storm and a still rudder, Aston Mean crashes through the waves. A rough remedy for the crew crowded below decks. Success. The storm rages on, showing no signs of subsiding. The ship pitches suddenly, and a monstrous wave strikes it directly across the deck. With a despairing scream, Carlos sweeps over the rail. Damn. Get overboard. Grab a line and mount a rescue. Bess. Line tied around the waist, Rum Dum Roger leaps into the rail and vanishes in the water. A few minutes later, the deckhand reappears, a sputtering Baedel, held close. You help pull the sailors back onto the deck. We needed 3 deckhands for that, and we had them. Storm rages on, showing no signs of subsiding. Another day passes. The ship rocks interminably and unpredictably, and soon the crew clutch their heads or guts, bent over buckets, squeezed tight between their knees. A befouled grog scent of their sick breath thickens the air. How does physically reduce their nausea mean? Hager, want you to work your medicine with whatever medicine we have. Hager nods. Very well, I know just the thing. Lost some medicine there. Surgeon moves among the crew, providing relief to the afflicted. Storm rages on, showing no sign of subsiding. Another day. The ship rocks interminably and unpredictably, and the crew soon clutch their heads again. I'm going to give them some more medicine. It's the same thing as last time. As if exhausted, the clouds finally calm, coming to rest in the thick blanket across the sky. The waves, too, and their trembling complaint, and the Aston Mean finally sails easily. The crew lean against the rails and rigging, their faces haggard but relieved. The storm, it seems, has passed. Gained some morale, gained some experience. Nobody died, so that's nice. Baltia gained a rank. So careful about not hitting that storm, and then hit it anyway. So here is like the peninsula beneath Tikawara. Seems like I have explored all this. I wonder if it's can't be this Flamewalker Vasali thing. We got this one, which would mean it would be down here. I don't know, maybe it's this one here. Oh, they've already explored that. I'm at a loss here. Head up to Flamewalker Vasali. Discover a small village nestled on a hillside. It's silent, save for the whistle of wind through open windows. As you near, you find the bodies of long-dead kith in the street, their bones cracked and scored with teeth marks of a large beast. Oh. This village got attacked. And the Ring of Minor Protection. And that's it. Alright, let's go after Flamewalker Vasali.
All this chasing after Aethys, it's brought back memories of the Saints' War.
Tell me.
Just how scared everyone was, mostly. Everybody put on a brave face, made all these claims about what they'd do when they met a god in battle.
Very quickly, Saints' War was a war in Deerwood. I think in the first game it was 15 years ago, so here it's probably 20 years ago, where St. Widewyn was inhabited by at least an aspect of the god Aethys and led troops into a battle, which is largely Raid Saris against the Deerwood, and eventually Widewyn and, for a while it was thought Aethys himself, were destroyed at Godhammer Citadel, actually called at the Yvonne Dewar Bridge, in the Halgut Citadel, but is now called the Godhammer Citadel because they set off a bomb called the Godhammer Bomb. They lured Widewyn onto the bridge and blew it up with him on it. And that's what he's talking about here.
There was no sadder sight than a group of us talking big, trying to outdo one another. Even the fella that led us, he used to say he knew all these different ways you could kill a god, if you were so inclined. Of course, at night he'd grind his teeth so hard it sounded like he was chewing rocks. In case you were curious if he really had it in him.
Drugs. Sounds like quite a group.
I wouldn't have traded them. The ones that died, most of them died brave. The ones that lived, well, they earned it. Point being, the prospect of facing a god makes cowards of most all of us. Now, here I am again, on my way to meet Aethys.
His eyes flick upward, either a gesture toward the Dawn Stars or an eye roll.
Some ways I feel the same. Edgy, sick in my gut. But it's different this time. Might be because of you.
Half muttered, spoken not quite in your direction. How's that?
We haven't gone to pieces yet, for one thing. At least not on the outside. You could have let it all end back at Cadnua, or even Gilded Vale. But you're still going, even knowing where we're headed. Haven't forgot who you are. There's part of me thinks we aren't going to make it out of this. When I get to thinking like that, it helps to remember how you've held together. What do you think? We gonna survive all this?
Made it this far. I think there's a chance.
I'll take that over the alternative. And I've been learning to give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I go back and forth myself. Every time we see one of those big footprints, it reminds me not to get too excited. There's a good chance we die out here, halfway across the world from anywhere I ever called home.
Dare's eyes trace a nomadic path as he looks at your surroundings, seeming never to find a comfortable place to settle.
But if I can face it like you, maybe it doesn't matter.
Gives you a quick nod. Some of the tension in his face seems to recede. Been good having you along.
I mean it. Don't know where I'd be right now if you hadn't come through Gilded Vale that day. There's something else I wanted to ask you. It's about a Lava's boy.
Lava is the woman we looked for in his quest earlier in the game. She had a son, Baron, who had taken in with a destructive cult, but we were able to free him from there, and now I believe he went back to Hasango. Maybe he's with the Dawn Stars and Sacred Stair. I'm not exactly sure about that. What is it?
Well, I was thinking. He's out there, all on his own.
Also, Adair had thought for a little while that he was possibly Baron's father, but we found out that he is not. But it seems like he still has a little bit of that feeling still there, a little bit of that sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? He feels like he's supposed to take care of him. Why can't I think of the word?
Didn't seem like there was anyone even noticed he left to join that cult. I expect if he's left as he is, could be things don't end well for him. I thought, maybe when we're done with all this, if we make it out, I was thinking maybe I should go back there. See if there's something to be done.
Studies your face for a reaction.
You got any thoughts on that?
Let's say he does need someone. I think you should try.
Yeah, I don't think I'd feel right if all I did was to leave him the same way I found him. I guess I might be staying in Deadfire a little longer than I thought. Anyway, time being, we got our work cut out for us. I'll tell you what, though. I'm not one for big promises.
Puts a hand on your shoulder and looks you dead in the eye.
But I'm gonna beat up as many people and monsters as it takes to get you your life back. You got my word on that.
He smiles with one side of his mouth and gives you 2 heavy swats in the shoulder that reverberate up and down your spine. Okay. Naga Marauder, Firewalker, Flamewalker Vasali. Okay, so just some...
Looks like trouble.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, so then let's do this. Everyone here. Up there. Keep on this archer here.
Say your prayers!
That's embarrassing. That's not very helpful.
Shody went down.
I'm alright.
Why did I think this wasn't going to be that difficult of a fight?
Yes. We won't show him the whip feathering.
No help here.
Hey.
We had some good times.
That's for my friends. As you
Can't
wish.
make a dent.
The archer's down.
Might as well be hitting the water. Speak freely. For the wrong Anui. On your feet, now!
Not pretty, but we did it. I feel like I say that a lot.
Of course.
Got Risha. Grants indecisive. Combat only. It's a random effect. Plus 5 action speed. 25 point all damage shield. Minus 20 hostile effect duration. Plus 1 penetration. Minus 10 recovery time or plus 15% stride. So basically you just kind of cast it and you get some kind of random boon, I think. Oh, I want to read it too. This amulet was enchanted by a particularly indecisive wizard. Unable to decide which effects to impart on his creation, he stopped and started the process several times, always aborting his attempt in favor of something different. When he was done, he noticed that the soul energy inside the amulet was unstable and produced differing effects for seemingly no reason. Okay.
You were saying?
Take a quick rest here, too. Everybody died there, so... Not died. Everyone was knocked out there. Okay. There was no head there, so... There it is, yes, Vasali's head. The Naga's severed head has finally ceased the post-mortem biting and twitching. The fangs are still hazardous, however. The burlap sack should mitigate some of the danger. Okay. So yeah, I have no idea where this final island is around Tikuara.
A sailor boy stood on the quay, his ship was outward bound. His sweetheart standing by his side had many a silent tear, and as he pressed her to his heart, he whispered in her ear, "Farewell, farewell, my own true love, this parting gives me pain. I'll be your own true guiding light when I return again. My thoughts shall be of you, when the storm is riding high. Farewell, my love, remember I'm your faithful sailor boy." It was in a gale that ship set sail, he kissed his love goodbye. She watched the craft till out of sight, till a tear bedimmed her eye, and she prayed to Andra in the deeps to guide them on their way. Those loving parting words that night re-echoed in her ear. Farewell, farewell, my own true love, this parting gives me pain. I'll be your own true guiding light when I return again. My thoughts shall be of you, when the storm is riding high. Farewell, my love, remember.
Something's not quite right, but you can't place why. You realize then. Silence. The wind does not whisper across your skin or stir the tops of trees. Birds do not whistle and shriek. The chirp of insects is gone. Rounding a corner, the sounds of distant chanting find you. You can't make out the words, only the low drone of many voices raised in unison. Search for the source of the voices. You come upon a rocky switchback path, leading up the steep side of a mountain. The chanting voices are louder here, but you still can't make sense of the words. Sneak closer to observe. Failure? As you creep up the path, Shoti's boots crunch in the stones. A second misplaced step sends a stone bouncing loudly down the hill. The spirits surround a central figure, and they all turn their ghostly eyes on you. And sisters, shall call down the power. Uh-oh.
Stand together!
These are chinguilas. Oh no, they're sirens. Wonder... wonder if sirens are similar to chinguilas. Let's fight them and find out. Or if they just maybe called them something else. Or maybe they're called sirens in the Deadfire and they're called chinguilas in the Deerwood. That's probably it.
Sorry, friend. Can't.
At least we got like a bottleneck here.
Time to separate the chaff.
This is futile!
That was... Oh, he's in a stasis shell. Or maybe he cast something? I don't know. Already doing that.
Reaper.
Ah, Shodi's fighting for the other side now.
Stand together!
Yeah, so that's something that chinguilas definitely do. They will dominate you. Or I guess in this case, the Archer can't do anything.
Mo.
Dark attacks to my limit.
Happy to oblige.
Stay with us.
Flickers. Still got it.
The Archer's free now.
I'll make it.
Wraith down? No, come on. Jeez.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Stand together!
Right between the...
I think we got this now.
Lava will be on seek. Very well. Lava will be on seek.
Wait. Now I have to sail into a storm with my crew. Damn, just a second too late there. Okay. Adair upgraded his soulbound weapon. He dealt 250 shock damage, and now in order to increase it, I have to sail into a storm with my crew. Spirit residue and primal water. Primal water. The water is pure and clear and seems to be perpetually in motion even when the vessel that carries it is at rest. Let's see. Ancient Wraith. Wraiths are spirits that have remained behind after an especially violent life or death. The widespread violence endemic to the Deadfire Archipelago, warfare and constant raiding, propagates them at an alarming pace. Wraiths hunger for living essence, and they will attack any kith near at hand to acquire it. Though seemingly mindless in their aggression, they are clever enough to fragment groups, snatching up and isolating their victims so they can feed upon them one at a time. And then we have sirens here. Sirens are the unquiet spirits of women who died a particularly violent death at sea or who ended their lives by throwing themselves into the ocean. So yeah, they are very similar to the chinguilas from the first game. Singulas. I always forget how to pronounce that. From the first game. Maybe it's just a different name for them in the Deadfire, or maybe if they die at sea, they are called sirens. But if they are women who die not at sea, they are called something different. Right?
Certainly.
Oh. Flooded cave here. Now let's first... no, I'll go here now. As you traverse the island, you arrive at an area that appears to be untouched by Kith hands. Lush plants grow in riotous abundance around the entrance to several caves, and you can hear the sounds of animals and insects over the crash of waves on the beach behind you. When you walk closer, however, you notice that one of the cave entrances is too uniformly structured to have been created by nature alone. Inspecting it reveals a doorway carved into the aperture of the cave, though a door no longer stands there now. Judging by these pictures, it seems like this may be a once human structure that has fallen into disrepair and taken over by spiders. Let's see if I'm right about that. Nope, undead.
As you ready to brawl?
I don't want to get away from those sigils. Okay. Gargoyle Corpse Eater.
Stand together. Something I can
Ancient Lich Battle Mage? Man, we are getting into some tough fights in this one.
My way.
Beyond seek.
Wonder if I can.
Yeah. That hit.
Rebirth needs me.
Bones! Jody's done for.
Yep, Shodi went down. That's not good. If I can isolate the battle mage. Okay, good.
I need some help here.
Oh man, a dare.
I'll kill the bastards!
Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah. I can hold out.
This fight calls for some summoning, I think. Also, I think I'm just gonna like go and shoot.
You were saying? You were saying?
Maya.
Still as a pond. Ashiza, strike! Can't hide.
Aren't they coming? Kind of annoying.
I see trouble.
Love beyond seek. Love beyond seek.
This is at least a better place to fight now. What's up with Bjarta? Why can't he? start or summon right now? Maybe I already used that. Instead, summon a drake. Or worms.
So help me God, I'll whoop the next one of you who takes aim.
No. So the drake doesn't really differentiate between friend and foe. Jeez. When Shodi goes down, she goes down. Okay, the Lich is back. I wonder if I can do it again. No, not yet.
Jody's done for. Yeah! That's it! Very well.
Hitting the water.
This is futile!
More orders?
Stand together!
I gotta check and see if I've actually done anything for Maya's soulbound weapon. It's supposed to kill enemies with empowered attacks, but I don't know if I'm doing it right.
I've got this, Captain.
Right.
Happily.
Witch's Grimoire and a Brawler's Grimoire. What is that? Some black pearls, superb morning star, and a superb breastplate. Those might be useful. Great sword, breastplate, hide armor, superb saber, and mace. We got a good amount of superb stuff here. Those might be good for us. I think the sigils of pain are the ones that hurt us, so I'm gonna need to be careful about how we do this.
I'm listening. Ha! Lavaru beyond seek! You see that, Ishi? Lavaru beyond seek!
I've killed 2 enemies with empowered attacks, so I'm doing something right. I don't know what, but I'm doing something right. Sigil Pain Wardstone, that is good. Because there was something that I went to a while ago that I wasn't able to get very far because I would die so quickly because of the Sigils of Pain, I think.
Indeed.
Blackwood Log. It's a quest item. Blackwood trees are exceedingly rare. The corrupted trees are only found among the shadowy groves of Minpugra. Normally harvested by the enigmatic Rithun raiders, these logs are used to craft some of the sturdiest hulls found within the Deadfire archipelago. Scroll of Binding Web, Scroll of Sunbeam. Oh, I didn't take it. Superb Brigandine. vapor wafting off these vats smells faintly of copper. Sigil of Darkness Wardstone and some Mercberries. Is that it? Like it. So this is a Lich's study, and this is the Animancy lab. What were these guys up to here? An Animancer Lich, probably just trying to find a way to make more minions. Name this one something with Lich. Or Animancy. No, I'll say it. Lich's study. That wasn't named one. It was not the one we were looking for around Tiguara. I don't necessarily feel like doing a very difficult fight again right now, so I'm going to hold off on killing Umaura the Pretender. So that is Mace's throne. Oh. I am at a loss here. I know that we've already been through a storm. Oh, my crew is dehydrated. Quickly losing morale. Maybe I shouldn't go back there yet. Give them some food that will actually improve the morale. Sorry, I've been staring at the map for so long this session. I don't... Okay. Oh. I'll give him some of this cup of tea. Also, I will sell a bunch of things that you will not see. Some of that cup of tea.
When I was a little boy, so my mother told me, we'll haul away and kiss the girls, my lips would all grow moldy. Way, haul away, we'll haul away and go. To me, way, haul.
I don't remember how to split the stack. Apparently, let's see if I can do it here. I don't think you can, though. Ah, yeah. So let's split it in half. And then
way, haul away, we'll haul away and go. To me, way, haul away, the good ship now is rolling. Way, haul away, we'll haul away and go. The first I met a different boy, and he was fat and lazy. Way, haul away, we'll haul away and go. And then I met a Austrian girl, she jammed drove me crazy. To me, way, haul away, we'll haul away.
this, the north here, is the enormous storm.
The good ship now is rolling.
I believe that guards Ukaizo. Ah! Sorry, I am really bad at this. Sail out of the storm. So it says, the storms of Andra's mortar encompass the visible horizon. Hurricane winds roar like an imprisoned beast, blowing with enough force to warp the very seas. Past the curtain of rain, above the swells of waves, you can just barely perceive the outline of colossal Adra pillars. Wow. So, in the guidebook, it says that the luminous Adra pillars rarely break water in the Deadfire Archipelago, but here they obviously do, and in massive amounts as well. I'm going to sail out of the storm. Okay. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be when I went in there. Like, I'm sure if we tried to sail through it, it would be bad, but we are not going to do that just yet. This is huge. Find 2 of your crew and the members playing a game in the hold. Not going to engage with this. This is Ernok's Brainth. Ashen Maw, the place we have to go next. Yeah, wow, we can see this enormous storm right here. Shipwreck, Sun-Scorched Valley, Old Battleground. Oh man, are you serious? I'm locked in here. Got this very big archipelago here. Nope. Alright. Gotta go all the way back around. Alright. Well, at least now we know, and we have that part of the map drawn out here. A very imposing storm. Andra's Mortar. ship there. We haven't met them yet, but we will soon. I won't go into too much detail about what that is now. You hear a knock at the door to your quarters. Lulled by the soft rocking of the ship, you hover on the edge of drowsing when a light knock at your door rouses you to full consciousness. You open the door to find Rum-Dum Brigare smiling at you from beneath rum-dimmed eyes, the aura of grog clinging to the sailors, nearly enough to get you drunk by breathing. Hello there, Captain. Thought you might enjoy a little company in your bunk, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. Mariner nods. Understood. Won't bother you again. Close the door and return to your desk. No, thank you. Did we go into that storm? That was 73, so maybe not now. Got some more Rathun. No, please don't catch up with me. Another Rathun. Crystal Desert. Probably one of the ultra boss fights there. Plague ship. A flare arcs out across the sky from the horizon before bursting into a reddish cloud that slowly breaks apart. Plague ship, Captain? Naya says quietly. Looks like Rautai and Junk signaling for assistance. Arena and Chitpek exchange nervous glances. Oh, so this plague ship still has passengers. Arena frowns. This far from the shipping lanes could be a trap. They might have fancy equipment, Captain. Geordie red-handed chimes. Just a thought. I'm sure Rautai would repay any help we can offer. Somehow. Maya tongues inside her cheek and considers. Even without a spyglass, you could espy a few living crew moving about the deck. Spyglass. You see little movement on deck. Listless crew lounge about, some hanging from the railing, some with the decks. A few have roped up hammocks between the masts. Alright, pull alongside. As your crew guides your ship next to the afflicted craft, the captain stumbles over. A spear of bright white bone obtrudes from the side of her neck. Gods, she rasps, you here to help? You look down and see that the joints of her wrists and ankles are wreathed with similar eruptions, the skin around her wounds red and weeping. Only one other deckhand gets to his feet. His throat is almost entirely enclosed by a necklace of bone spears pushing through his skin. You can trade if you can. Got a pair of enchanted gloves, supple and quick. He leans heavily against the mast. His breath comes shallow and fast through the strange bone growths. The captain frowns. Thank you, Uroko. I know what those mean to you. The mate dips his chin. An heirloom's not worth much to a corpse. What are your people afflicted by? It's Rimban Suj, the captain says, her raspy voice quivering with fear. The bone frost. It's already claimed the lives of half my sailors, and I worry I won't be able to treat the rest. Call forth the sickest from your crew. We'll bring them aboard, examine them, and provide suitable remedies. Arena gawks. Have you gone mad, Captain? It's bone frost, Ribbon shoot. The scourge of sailors from the white that wins. It'll sink our ship for sure if we catch it. You heard me. Minus 15 morale, ugh. As the sailor shuffles from the plague ship to yours, your crew clears a broad path. Some make warding signs to mutter prayers to Rimergond while the sick man passes. I can't thank you enough, the captain says. Without your help, who knows how long we would have been here. He offers you a small box. Take this, please, a token of my appreciation. Thank you. After a short period of examination, the sick sailor returns to his ship with enough remedies to treat the rest of the crew. Weary but hopeful, they wave goodbye as your ship continues on its way. We got Ager's Swift Touch, gloves. While above 50% health, there's a 5% chance incoming ranged weapon attacks inflict 0 damage. That's bullet catch. Gives you +1 dexterity and +5 action speed. Ager will have had many passions. Good food, fine wine, fast women, but enjoyed none so much as the pastime of dueling. He never considered himself a violent man, nor could he deny the pleasure of besting a rival in single combat. To that end, he made a point of taking offense at the smallest slight, demanding satisfaction from anyone who glanced sideways at him. He would fight with blades, but pistols were his weapon of choice. He boasted the fastest draw and quickest aim in the Palatinate. Considering his record, no one alive would be able to dispute his claim. In a particularly brazen act of swagger, he is said to have once allowed his opponent, the son of an influential earl, the first shot. If the legend is to be believed, Ager caught the bullet in his hand mid-flight before shooting the young opponent dead. Ager bragged endlessly about the remarkable catch. He credited his thick rawhide gloves and undeniable prowess, of course, from saving his hand and his life. The bereft earl soon sent a posse to arrest the braggart. Unaccustomed to fighting more than a single foe, Ager found his speed and skill insufficient to prevent his date with the gallows. As your mainsail goes up and you head into the open water, Giotto red-handed lets out a raspy cough and looks around nervously. The rest of the crew grits their teeth and mutters curses. It appears the sickness has spread to your ship. Well, I mean, I just helped them cure the other. Why can't I cure my own? Alright. My morale is not looking good right now. I gotta get back to land. That is gonna be quite a while, though. Let's head to Sayuka. I don't think there's a place that we can rest in Ryokuiki. You hear a knock at your quarters. An unexpectedly cold wind blows across the deck of the ship, and even after several hours has not abated. Eld Ingram sheepishly knocks at your door. This is where we can throw money overboard. That got some morale. And I can split it among, so I got more morale. That's good. Okay, so back up to 61. Not great. Sickness racks your crew. The illness starts slow, a cough here, the shakes there, but then it hits the crew hard and fast, washing across the deck like a rogue wave. Work slows to a standstill as your crew shuffles stiffly about the decks, spears of bone and blood at their wrists and ankles. When the spears erupt through their skin, they leave red weeping wounds in their wake. Groans of agony find you from every corner of the ship. Lost 20 morale, damn it. Naya finds you in your cabin. Through the open window, you can make out the sound of one of your sailors retching violently. If this keeps up, Captain, the crew will be in no state to sail. Hardly here as it is. Care to tell me why everyone on my boat is sick? Yeah, it's because we invited somebody on. You know that, Bjartar. Let's pray for divine intercession. Kozak pleads safe passage of our souls through hell. Should we perish shortly? After a nod, she bows her head. Glory be to the many aspects of Aethys, greatest of all who is gone. I raise my voice to you in humility, thankfulness, and everlasting worship. Hear me, my God, and take pity on my dire plea. As we now sail through the dark plague of death, we will not fear the reaping to come, for your lantern will guide our way. We will not stumble or stray from your path until you have laid us through hell. We will embrace the end of our lives and shuck the rotten husk of our fallen bodies. Not very inspiring there. After whence we will be planted for rebirth by your hand, forever and always as the wheel turns. Amen. Plus 15 morale, though. In the wake of the display of divinity, you feel purified. The crew sing chants to the gods, happily making sacrifices of any coinage or small trinkets they have on hand. You sail on. Okay. Could have gone worse. Master's quarters, workshop, one along this. Is there no place to stay here? Maybe not. At least go to the market, and maybe we'll just head out and camp.
You look hungry, Akira. All the wonders of...
I mean, we need a lot of whatever it is we're getting. Oh, I forgot that you can just...
in the market for something pointy. Put your eyes on...
Just weapons. Alright. Okay, so this is what we needed here. Okay, so we need some silverfin. I'm just gonna stock up on silverfin. I guess some rice wine, not plus anything, but that way we know we have enough to feed our crew. And enough drink as well. Okay. Silverfin. Okay. All right, so that was a very perilous session there, but I think it's about time to end it. We are still looking for that third island around Diguara. That was all I wanted to accomplish in like the last half of this one, but we couldn't do it. Oh well. Hopefully we can figure that out soon. But until then, thank you as always for joining me. If you have any questions, comments, clarifications, suggestions, those kinds of things, I would always love to hear from you, and I hope you will join me next time for more sentences and paragraphs. Bye, everybody.